Hello everybody, and welcome back to another game from the Continental Cup for Fury of Dracula. And in this one, I'm playing versus Fangs of Fire in a 1v1 game, and I'm playing as hunters. So yes, we'll get underway momentarily. I'm not sure if Fangs is here or in Discord. I'll message him. Anyway, oh, okay, I heard the game start up. That's fine. Yeah, welcome. This is game number 2 for me. I won the last game playing the 2v1 with Azagal, and hopefully that got the rust out of my system. We'll have to see. There are definitely some things event management wise from me that I could have done a lot better that game. But that's always the thing that I find. Oh, sorry for scratching the mic. I only find that's the thing that I lose first when I don't play for a long period of time, and it's probably the thing that takes the longest to get back. So we'll have to see. So playing against Fangs of Fire here. For this week, we had to choose, as in Team Europe. I said we, Team Europe, had to choose first, and I opted for a 1v1 hunter role. And it was going to be, I think once the roles for everybody else was decided, it was going to be either myself or versus, yeah, it would be me versus Fangs of Fire or Tarvalar. In the end, I got Fangs of Fire. I was kind of hoping for Tarvalar, just because I don't think have I played against Tarvalar in a tournament? Maybe we did one game in Duos and Dark Horse last year, but I don't remember. Maybe we did. My memory's not that good. Tarvalar might well remember. And yeah, I like it when we play these tournaments to try and play against new people, but it's okay. The teams can strategize, and they decided that Fangs of Fire would face me and Tarvalar would face a Terminator. Obviously, for the US side, that was a decision that worked out for them because Tarvalar beat Terminator. It was a very close game. Could have gone, well, at least the bits that I saw anyway, could have gone either way. We are currently 2 points behind, but that's okay because we've got this game to play for me, and then we've got one more 1v1 and two more 2v1s. There we go. To play. So, not the be all and end all if I lose this, but it'd be much better if I do, because then we can bring it back to within 1 point. I'm playing Oktoberfest here. I wonder if that's going to sort of... I don't know if Fangs will be expecting that from me. I know he just played a practice game against R to win. We'll get that traded. Right, we'll just ally this just in case we don't get newspaper. So obviously Fangs of Fire is used to has just played a game against the Oktoberfest start, but I don't know if he would expect me to do it. I think in the 2v1 it made sense for us to do it because of the ability then to just trade more often. But in a 1v1, maybe Fangs would have expected me to go my normal setup. So we'll see. In a live stream... Oh, that was the Determinator Tarvalar game. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Determinator Tarvalar game. Fangs was streaming that, and he was trying to say that from his perspective, playing centrally against Oktoberfest is best. Let's see if we can call his bluff on that or not. Or maybe that was him just planting a seed. He's going to play, he's going to start somewhere completely different. And we'll have to see. Oh yeah, apologies in advance if there's any baby noises in the background. Okay, didn't take the opportunity to dark call. But we'll see. I mean, Fangs and I have played against each other in tournaments quite a lot. They've normally been pretty close games. Fortunately for me, I've been able to win sort of the most important ones in terms of like the knockout phases of tournaments and things. But yeah, we've always had good games between us, so we'll have to see. Fangs has obviously played more recently than I have, so that's going to be my excuse. I'm a bit rusty, but that's what happens when you don't play for about a year. We'll give it a good go. I don't think I need to trade yet. I think Godami's items are such I could chuck away those things if need be. We just got one more white one to get, so from that perspective things are looking good. We've got a planned ambush, which is always nice. Lucy's Revenge is always nice too. I could scan, I'd rather just do tickets at this point, to be honest. If he has started anywhere in Germany, I don't really care because I've got Jonathan Harker to sort of counter that. So the good thing about Jonathan Harker is early deduction is not going to be necessary, especially if Dracula did opt to play a central start here, where there's lots of different connections. It'd be hard to tell where's he going, and you know, even if I find the first location, I might not know where the next ones are. But with Jonathan Harker, all deduction is just removed, so I don't even have to think about that, which I think is really nice. Okay, I don't. Do I really want to throw away another bullets here? I don't really want to throw away 2 bullets, but I'm gonna have to, I think. That's very nice. We shall take those. Child carriage is also nice in this situation too, if it is indeed a central location. Okay, having a host over on an isolated hunt is also kind of nice as well, because you're guaranteeing that it stays there. House horses is nice too. No Dracula Dark Hole card, because we were playing with the house rule. So yeah, okay. Do I trade, is the question. I think the answer is yes. And we'll give the... I think we give these things over to Seward, to be honest. Seward having planned ambush and heavily host makes the most sense, because I have a lot more control over that. We play it like this. We've got 2 yellow tickets to discard with you. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. You shall keep digging. Okay, that's fine. I think we've got all the tickets apart from 1. I think. Oh no, obviously Gadami's got some. Never mind, ignore that comment. You've already got fairly decent ticket. I mean, it might be worth chucking this white one, yellow one back in. Would I just start trading already? I may want to prefer to trade tomorrow when Godalming is full up on events. So do I just chuck this one back in and see if I can get 2 white ones? Yeah. Well, that's a little bit better for him, actually. The knife we'll have to trade off and then give back to her. So that's something else I've got to try and figure out. But that's fine. We've got time for all that. Apologies if I'm mixing up words and stuff. It's not actually too late. It's actually probably a game... Well, I did play the game last week at a decent time as well. But it's very unusual for me to be playing a 1v1 when there's still light outside. But I've literally just come back in from work. So it's been a bit of a tricky week, work-wise. So hopefully I can just disconnect from all that and have my cup of tea and win the game. There's the Heavenly Host. That's really nice. We've got all 3 Heavenly Hosts. Maybe keep dogs here, just in case. Sense of emergency is really nice for you. Maybe. Horses on you. Okay, we'll take that. And suppressing return. Potential for Jonathan Harker later. We'll figure that out. Okay, you can ditch the garlic. Okay. You shall supply. Oh! Look at this! We've got all the horses on the right side of the board. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. So let's think about this. Godalming does tickets. Mina trades with Godalming. What do you do, Seward? Do you trade with Mina? Maybe take the knife off Mina. Well, you definitely do tickets. That's for damn sure. Okay. Never mind. That's fine. I mean, there's an argument that maybe I try and dig for this white one. So what's... It's a tricky one. Maybe we do dig for the white one. Right, now we trade with Godalming because you're full up. So, Lucid Revenge you definitely have to have on you. Excellent Weather should be on Van Helsing because it's a very tradable event. So, I guess the question is, I think maybe Renewed Vigor should be on Van Helsing. Yeah, and with his combo of items, he's not very likely to die. I think that's a good idea. I really want to do tickets, but I think we need to trade, because I could just end up picking up another knife or something, and that would be pretty bad for me. So I'm going to actually do this, do this. And do this. Now, this looks a bit strange, but what I'm going to do is then later, the knife will be traded back to Mina. Or I could even trade it to Seward. Or if she picks up... If she can pick up a knife of her own, without having to trade back, that'd be really nice, actually. We've got one thing to throw with Godalming. Got a thing to throw with you. The Heavenly Host can go back to Godalming. But... It's a bit risky because of Vampiric Influence, but she's going to get targeted anyway. So it'll only be if it's a Hoax Mature. If it's just a Dark Call, there's nothing I can really do about it. So yeah. Yeah, Vampiric Influence is actually pretty nasty. If you can just snipe a horse, and you know that for a long time the Huns are going to be a horse down. Yeah, it's not the nicest, I must admit. But it's okay. So we'll just keep going through this. There's a knife. That's nice. That's nice, nice. I could end up playing a bit of mind games here where I throw away a knife, but then you may suspect two Heavenly Hosts. But that's fine, we'll just do this. Evil Presence. Not adjacent to any hunters. Okay, so not UK then. Unless he's now in Edinburgh. Which is not impossible. But the odds are pretty low. They're pretty low. Okay, we can chuck one stake, because we've already got one on you. Vampire Lair, okay. Maybe I should have kept that second stake. But that's fine, there's two more in the deck that we haven't pulled yet. Rufus Smith. Ooh, okay, we don't have newspaper, so I can't really throw away Harker yet. So I'm going to search. Don't know. This is tricky. Could be something in the east. Could be something over here. Maybe just check like Nantes or something, because Nantes is a pretty hard location for me to get to. Could also be Spain. It's a tricky one. Do I try and find like the bullseye on this location, or do I try to find a location he might have walked through? Because things like Clermont-Ferrand or Toulouse would be better for me. Let's check Nantes. No. Okay. Fine. Crucifix. Okay. We'll take that over the dogs. Okay, let me just remember, because I will not remember this in a bit. You can make notes during games. But I got the Surprise Return, which is really nice. Now, we've got a lot of events on Seward. That's a little bit problematic. But what I might do is give an event to Van Helsing, and then he leaves the UK. I'm just betting that he's not gone Swansea and then up that way. But I think that's a risk worth taking, to be honest. Do I want to trade back? No, not really. Not right now, because we've got all the Heavenly Hosts. The only thing I could supply that I might have to throw is a knife. But, to be honest, I think I'd rather just try and get these tickets, because I've got the horses. The sooner I can unlock them, the better. So yeah, you're going to also do that. Okay, that makes horse economy better. Right, now, what do I trade off you? Do I take the Vampire Lair off you? I don't think that's a controversial decision. I think you do tickets as well. Okay. This last white one's going to be a nuisance. That's going to be a bit frustrating. So we don't have newspapers, but we have a lot of other really good stuff, to be honest. We don't have CG, but we've got Renewed Vigor. We've got some combat stuff with Lucy's Revenge and Planned Ambush. Wolf form, okay. That's fine. Mina has no events. That is a bit problematic. That is a bit problematic, I must say. I'm not loving it too much. But it's okay. I see. So I'm having to get rid of third bullets, which I don't really like, because I like to hide those sort of things, but it's okay. Good luck. Unfortunate. But it's okay. We'll take it. Oh, another steak. We have to keep chucking these steaks, unfortunately. Oh, good luck again. You bastard. Okay. We'll go to English Channel. That means it's not going to get an event again. Oh, I think we ditch Pistol. He could Dark Hole now. Yeah, this could be quite bad if this is a hoax, to be honest. Because it could be Dark Hole and then hoax, so double whammy here, which is not ideal. But no, give me the white one. Okay, right. I think what we do, I think we actually trade with Godalming. I think you take a knife. I think you take a rifle. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad decision. Yeah. Now you're in the seat. Please get the white one. Oh, damn. Okay, so yeah, this could be a bit of an awkward game, depending on where he started. If he started in Extremity, I could have a really hard time here trying to get to... Oh, it's Rome. Okay, so the interesting thing, is this Naples Bari? Well, I can't get to it. Well, okay, that's a lie. I could get to Renewed Vigor, but then if this is any sort of delaying encounter, I can't get it, and then I have to step on Florence. I don't know what's there. So I'm just going to let this go, as shit as that is for me. There's not a huge amount we can do about it, unfortunately. So the question is, so if it's a Wolfram from Florence, it's probably to Marseille. That would be my guess. Do I keep supplying? I think the answer is no. I think I move. He could be in Venice now. But he can't really get past me. So I'm not really too fussed about that. Let's check Zurich. Because he might be looking to sneak past me. Okay, he's not there. That's fine. No, not Milan. That's fine. That's fine. He's not there. That's fine. That obviously makes a lot of sense. Could do a psychic scan here. Could do a psychic scan. Yeah, could do a psychic scan. Where do I want to do it in Zurich or in Milan? I'm just trying to think of what could possibly happen. Or do you just supply? Maybe just supply. Stake, I think, will probably take over Crucifix right now. I could do Spread and Return here, but I want to hold it for getting Rufus back in when, if and when it's needed. No! Oh, great. That's fine. We'll take it. Our horse economy is not as good, but we got the white ones. Nice. That's good. That's really good. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. What are you doing? Do I give Vampire Lair to Mina in case so she can use the stake? But then I'm revealing I got Vampire Lair. This has to be a hoax. It has to be a hoax. Yeah, so I have to be ready. There's a lot of events in here. He has to find something good in all that lot. R2 winners left the game. Am I being replaced with AI? Sweet. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing we could really do about it. I don't know what you do. Do you go down to, like, Marseille tomorrow? Or do you just move to Paris? Maybe just move to Paris. Okay. Well, not the best start in terms of trailing things, but we have our movement now. Oh, it's a reckless. I mean, I'll take it, honestly. I mean, I think that's better than a hoax from my side of things. I don't want him getting all these cards shuffled back in. And I've got Vampire Lair. So I can just trade Vampire Lair to Mina. Yeah, like, this is absolutely fine. Yeah, this is beyond fine. So let's think about this. He's wolf formed to Marseille. Now, has he gone west or has he gone back east again? Wolf form's still on the trail. I think we just check Marseille. I think checking Marseille is a safe shout. Oh no, of course not. He's still going down the boot. He didn't get as far as Marseille. That was stupid. I should have got a Genoa. Ah, he's probably hiding in Genoa. I think that's what he's done. I see, I see, I see. Now, he could also be in Marseille, so I've got to consider that possibility. Do I go to Florence? Oh, never mind. I'm not going to Florence. Could he be in Venice? I mean, sure he could be. Out of all the people, oh man, but then yeah, I really want to roll slow there. I could end up walking into him now because he probably went Naples, Bari, Wolfholm to Florence. He's now hiding in one of these two, and the problem is it's a 50-50 that I just walk on top of him. Florence has to be the Wolfholm. Do I just go to... I mean, out of all the hunters, he's got planned ambush. Is it likely that he dies? I really want to go to Florence. I didn't expect the slow horse there. Do I risk going to Venice? He's probably in Genoa. Yeah, Venice seems most likely. Genoa seems most likely to me. But maybe Venice because he wants to hop across this way. I can't afford a hunter to die right now. So maybe that's the case. Because he hasn't got wolf form. Yeah, maybe we go to Marseille. That was a slightly what's the word? Cumbersome way of doing that, but never mind. We'll get rid of crucifix. Hide scout. Oh my god. What? If I miscounted, probably. Oh no! Oh no! Genoa got white. Oh right, right. He's further from me. Fuck! He could have wolf formed through me. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, never mind. So I fucked up there a bit, but that's okay. We're not under horrendous pressure here, so that's fine. Let's just do a trade here. Right, you shall trade the Vampire Lair to Mina. That makes the most sense, I think. Yes. Mina tries to do horses. Do you throw that back in? No, we'll keep it. Okay, I dropped the ball there in terms of how far he could have gone. That's stupid. So he actually just did go Rome and up and then wolf formed. That's very interesting. Okay, well, it's fine. I mean, Venice wolf form east would be pretty bad. Maybe I should surprise my turn here to rule it out. I'm going to be really greedy and not do it. And I really hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the arse. So I think you going to Toulouse makes the most sense. Yep, that's yeah, it's not looking good for us. I'm going to preemptively horse up to Munich here in case I got this wrong. Van Helsing can check Clermont-Ferrand. Oh no, he went Clermont-Ferrand. Okay, right. So I went the wrong way with Seward, but it's fine. I think that was the right decision, given everything that could have happened there. So let's use Vampire Lair just now. Let's just get it out of the system already. Okay, not ideal. A little bit of inefficiency, but I'm okay with it. Because he's probably heading towards Iberia. That gives us, opportunities to do some Rufus Smith stuff to him. Nope. Okay, that's fine, but 2-2 is still pretty good here. Mina's going to Vampire Lair, so Mina's going to be held back in reserve here. So I could also do a trade here, but then actually not trade anything. I think that's fine. Do you check Clermont-Ferrand? I think the answer is yes for efficiency's sake. Okay, good. We stopped that. That could be pretty bad. Okay, so not ideal. I really dropped the ball there. But it's okay. Should have went the wrong way, but as a preventative thing, just in case he had somehow got east, I think that was the right decision. I did draw an Evil Presence. Now, I don't know if the timing... I should have written down when I drew Evil Presence if he could even been in Venice. So again, that might be a mistake on my part. But that's fine. It's not the end of the world. We have... Clermont-Ferrand doesn't have many well, it could be Geneva, actually. Geneva's not ruled out. Paris is ruled out because Van Helsing was sitting there. So we have to check not Bordeaux, Geneva. So we can get to Geneva. Mina supplies. Kodami checks Bordeaux. And if it's not Bordeaux, then we know it's not Iberia, so we're concentrating on like this northern section of the map. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Van Helsing will probably go back down to Marseille to supply, unless we may move up to Paris, but we'll see. Van Helsing really needs sense of emergency. He really needs sense of emergency here. So yeah, we need to get that traded. So let's just check Bordeaux. No, not Bordeaux. Right, so he's going sort of north then. Let's check. Because I went to Zurich, so that rules that out. No, right, so he's north. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Dogs. Hired scouts. Excellent. Okay. So we know it's a non, right? So then it's probably going to have to check things like Strasbourg and Brussels here. No. What? Did he like hide a non? That doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me. I need to throw that back in. That's unfortunate. There's maybe an argument here. Not sure. Okay. Right. You need a trade for sense of emergency. We may have to use it. I think you having renewed vigor makes sense because you're less likely to die. Trade. Oh, good. Okay, do we have perfect horse economy now? Oh, not quite, because Ghana's got a yellow too. Okay. This is fine, I think. I suppose the big question is, does renewed vigor get triggered here? He's probably going to Amsterdam. No, he can't be. I don't understand what he's done. Is he going across the UK now? Could he be in Le Havre and he's going across to the UK? Very possibly. Okay, that signals to me even more that this is hide. So, are you in Paris now, and you're going back into Le Havre? Is that what's happening? Do we play Renewed Vigor now? I'm really worried that I've missed something extremely obvious, and I'm just going to completely bumble this. But he has to be in this part of the map, right? But he could also throw down Fog now. Maybe I just go with... Maybe don't play Renewed Vigor. Do we play Surprise and Return? Or maybe we play Surprise and Return. And if I find out where he is, then we can make the decision if we want to trigger. So what's the place I don't... I guess Brussels is probably the place I don't want him to be in. But the problem is... Not high... Oh man, this is difficult. I think we do play Surprise and Return. And I really hope I don't regret that. There's only 5 locations he can be in, right? Am I missing something? Marseille's blocked. Geneva, no. Toulouse was no. Bordeaux's no. So he has to be up on these 5. So what's the one I don't... Do I check Strasbourg? I kind of want to know if he's on the coast or not. I think he went non-hide, Le Havre, Paris, and he's gone back to Le Havre again. But this could also be fake. I've got to be conscious of the fact this could be completely fake. So do we check Brussels? Yeah. That's not the trail. Fuck. Well, I could play Renewed Vigor in. I don't have to play Renewed Vigor, because I can get to Le Havre with Godalming anyway. It's like he's got Lucy's Revenge, which is just so valuable here, if I can get him into the fight. Do we just pull the trigger? Maybe. This is risky, what I'm doing. But I think what I could do is with Godalming, I could play the yellow 2 rail and then horse if he's not here. Have I been just like sold hook, line, and sinker here? Please tell me he's in Strasbourg. Oh, come on, let's go. Okay. Do I just pile in with everybody here? Has he played Fog, though? That's the question. I don't think he would have been I don't think he'd be expecting me to find him this quickly. Worst case scenario, I could trade the sense of emergency from Seward, from Hansing to Seward. But I don't lose the game if this vampire matures. Yeah, I think we just fucking go for it. Do I search this, is the question. No, I think we supply. Newspaper reports. You fucking troll. Okay, I could use Sense of Emergency and then heal. But also supplying would be better. Because I might luck my way into something like a Forewarned. Oh, second excellent weather. I think... Do we play Sense of Emergency? This is risky, because if I get this wrong, I could just not move in with Mina. That is also another option. I don't move in with Mina. Let's apply with Mina. Kind of prefer having pistol rather than dogs, to be honest. I don't think I move Mina in. I think with Aggie and Lucy's Revenge and Planned Ambush, I think I have enough. Because if this is a Fog, and I've got it wrong, I think... Because he's only... How much damage has he taken? 40... So he's only 1 health down. But I've got good stuff. I have good stuff. Seward only having a stake is a bit unfortunate, but he doesn't know that. That's the thing. Having a 4-1 would be really good here, but I think also it stops the escapers back to Munich. So I don't really know what else I can do apart from just look pretty. I mean, could it be a Fog? That's the thing. How likely is it that it's a Fog? It's pretty high. Because because he's gonna get Wolfhorn back next turn, right? So if he can just survive this one round, he gets Wolfhorn back. Wolfhorn from Strasbourg is brutal, and if every hunt is in Strasbourg, I think I actually end up almost like skipping my turn here, which is such a weird thing to do. I don't know if, is there any position... is there a position for Mina that's better? No, actually, I think I just skip her turn. Yeah, I don't move in. I think I just gun him down here with all my hunters. Sure. Sure, why not? Probably quite bad that I'm revealing this sort of information to him, but because it's an event now I'm not holding. But I think, yeah, with just this combo, yeah, and then we've got Aggie, so then healing is reduced. Yeah, I think we just go absolutely ballistic here and just try and kill him now. Oh, I'm glad my deduction was right in terms of what he did. So I wonder if this would have been Le Havre then, and it's fake, be fate going back there, which makes a lot of sense. I wish I'd searched Strasbourg, or had some sort of like wax cylinders or something, but I don't have it, so it's fine. What do you do? Oh, you've got Planned Ambush, so we'll just... So I'm guaranteeing... That's a lot. I'm getting a lot of damage in here. What are you likely to play against Van Helsing? Are you likely to play Claws or Mesmerize? I think we just play Rifle here. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Oh, also, Munich stops Escapers back to Munich too. It's not even just Wolf form. It's also, yeah, Escapers back and Wolf form. So that's kind of nice, her just sitting here. If I don't win this fight, it's a bit tricky because then Nant will probably mature. Yeah, I'll be down 9 points. As long as no hunter dies here. Okay, that makes sense. You're targeting Van Helsing, to be honest. Are you going to strength him? Yeah, you're strengthening him. That's unfortunate. But that's okay. We'll take it. You could then kill Van Helsing next turn, so I've got to be wary of that one. Okay, so I'm getting 5 damage guaranteed now. Van Helsing actually has quite a lot of combat power. I've got to be a little bit careful here that I don't fuck this up. I could dodge with Van Helsing, but then there's a risk then... I think strengthening playing rifle with Godalming makes sense. I think I need to keep Van Helsing in the fight 1 turn. If I can just get a little bit of damage in this turn, it's then I think it's almost then impossible for Dracula to get out round 3. And he can't even escape round 3 because of Lucy. So it's round 4. And then because of Aggie, if I can get him down low enough. So I think we play this a little bit sensibly. Oh, Godami could get mesmerized. We've got to be. I think we'll just play this a little bit slow, but we've got time on our side here. I think I actually dodge with Van Helsing. I don't like it really. But again, because Godami's got a second weapon, Sword has knife. Yeah, I think his only out here is to try and... Oh, okay. That was the wrong decision with Van Helsing. Okay, you're breaking my stuff. No, you're not breaking my stuff, because I'm only punching. That's fine. So we've got 2 damage in now. Um... Is it impossible for him to win now? I just need to get him to 2 or lower, because then he can't escape his bat or escape his mist. So I think... Let's think. Let me just make damn sure that I'm not fucking this up. If I play double knife and Heavenly Host, the worst case scenario is that Van Helsing dies. And then Drac is on 1 health. I think that's the worst case scenario for me. If he fangs Van Helsing, he's down to 1 health, and Van Helsing's ejected from the combat. So I think, do I just go aggressive with everything? I think so. Yeah, I think I play 2 knives and Heavenly Host. He might claw Van Helsing. But then he can also fang Van Helsing. I don't know what exactly he's going to do. So I think, yeah, I mean, I'm giving up IDS, but IDS in this mode doesn't matter as much. Only if we somehow tie after 8 weeks, which I can't see happening. But you never know, it could. Because the main thing is I just got to make sure that Godalming does not get ejected. But he can't, because he's not mesmerized. So it's not as if he can get bitten in any way. So, yeah, do we just play the Heavenly Host? Or do we play... Maybe just play Rifle, actually. Yeah, maybe just play Rifle, because then there's no way he can eject me from the combat. Oh, okay, right. This is probably going to be GG then. It is GG. Nice! Woo! We got the win! Epic. Oh. Oi, oi, oi. Whoa, it was a quick one, but it was quite a tense one, because that could have gone very wrong. If he had gone to Le Havre and put down Fog, that would have been, yeah, pretty bad. But then, I guess it depends on who he fogged in that situation. If he fogged just Godalming, then I would send Seward all the way over to Non. Try and deal with that. Van Helsing might be able to follow in. Depends on what the hide card was. Was Strasbourg even fog, is the question. I don't know. I don't know. Dare I ask? Teammates cheering me on. I love it. Oh, okay. We got a point. Excellent. 2 wins out of 2 for me. 2.5 points for me personally on the board for Europe. That's really good. We're 1 point behind with 3 games to play this game week. So, yeah. That's real nice. That's real nice. Hopefully, we can win 2 of the remaining 3 games. Hopefully all 3. All 3 would be amazing. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. No, I didn't have forward. Oof. Yeah, it was all a bit of a bluffing game there. Who had forewarned, and also was it even fog? It might not have been fog, because fog might have been used in non. I would presume that it was a bat in non. That'd be my guess. No, no, we don't know. Fangs left, so I don't know what was in. I mean, we could all speculate. It was like the game between Detonator and Tarvalar the other night, because there was a showdown in non. Um, and I think the Terminator was in two minds about whether to move in the last Hunter or not, because it could have been Fog. Um, but it actually turned out it wasn't Fog. So that would have been pretty bad for Dracula if a third Hunter got him. That might have made the difference. I think he was just a lucky pull there. Um, it makes the calculations for me easier, but I played it pretty well. But he did strength, a rifle. But I did have two rifles on Van Helsing, which is good. And I'm so happy I traded Sense of Emergency off. Again, that's what I was kind of alluding to at the beginning. If I had been tireder or maybe hadn't played the game last week, I might not have foreseen that Sense of Emergency was necessary. Because I think when Sense of Emergency was on Godalming, I don't think he had horses at that point, if I remember rightly. The fact it was not a hoax at the beginning was so good for me. It would be more devastating if it was a hoax, to be honest. Um, so yeah, I'm really happy with that how that worked out. I just need a really good renewed vigor. I mean, where was Godalming? Godalming's in Bordeaux, so he wouldn't be able to get into Strasbourg from there. So I did need the renewed vigor. If it had been Fog and Le Havre, and only say I mean, Godalming had Lucy's Revenge, so it wasn't terrible that he went in, but it wouldn't have been amazing for me. But I would have pulled Aggie anyway, so that would have been a bit of help for him. But yeah, just Strasbourg's just such a good location there. That's probably what I'm going to say to Gio here. If he survives that fight or fogs me, he then has Wolfform. But or if you get Escapist Bat and then Wolfform, it'd be devastating for me. He basically goes anywhere on the board. And I've got a vampire that I have to deal with. But I probably couldn't deal with it anyway, but for sanity I'd have to go and deal with it anyway, I feel. Just in case it wasn't, a fog or a bat or something. But also I'd have to kind of go, because otherwise then that tells him I don't have forewarned. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That could have swung really badly for me. If I hadn't realised that he could have been playing that trick on me. But I've had games before against fight. I can't remember what tournament it was in. Was it the League 2 years ago, 2024? There's a similar thing where there could have been multiple. Actually, a very similar part of the board actually. And I was sitting going, I was looking at all the locations, going, where's the most likely place that you could go? And then I think I found him on the first move in Cologne, I think it was. So that's kind of the thing with this, that you can learn a little bit about how players play if you play against them. I wonder, would I have moved Mina in if I hadn't drawn Aggie? Maybe not. But I would have been more tempted to move Mina in if Aggie hadn't suddenly been drawn there. But yeah, it was a bit of a... That's the only problem playing centrally, that if the hunters have renewed vigor like that, or if the hunters can catch on to potentially you being tricksy, you can suddenly have all hunters on you at once. That's the big issue. It's really cool because you can slalom around the hunters, and because you've got a lot more location connections, your movement is less predictable, but you have to foresee the possibility of things like a surprising return or hide scouts or something. But Surprising Return is actually really strong in a situation like this because it's being able to be played before I make that Renewed Vigor play. I should have maybe just searched Le Havre instead of Brussels. I'm not quite sure why I searched Brussels. In hindsight, I think I should have checked Le Havre to tell me, was he on the coast or not? Because if he's on the coast, the chances of fog are just so high. Um, and it's so valuable because you can trap hunters for 2 days, and then it's impossible for you to deal with the vampire. Even if I have forewarned and all that stuff on the right hunter, which I didn't, but you know, Dracula doesn't know that. But if yeah, I misplayed that. I should have checked Le Havre, ruled out that, and then gone right. He can't be in Nantes. He can't be in Paris. Well, he could have been in Paris actually. But then what I could have done with Godalming is rail to Brussels, find that empty, and then it's a 50-50 chance between Strasbourg or Paris. I'm not quite sure which one I would have gone to. I think probably Strasbourg, because it is probably the more dangerous location. Was Paris even possible? Because of the misdirect? Ah, maybe not. So maybe Paris was impossible because of the way the misdirect was played. So I know it could have been, depending on the order. I can't remember when Paris was vacated by Van Helsing. That's why I've got to try and remember these things. That's another thing I forget. Where was each hunter on each day? I think Paris might have been blocked too long. So yeah, I misplayed by not checking Le Havre with the Surprising Return. I think I just assumed that he was playing Trixie, and I wanted to rule out if it was going to be Brussels or Strasbourg. But I could have got to Brussels with Godalming with that 2 ticket. So yeah, that was a misplay on my part because I could have used Renewed Vigor for nothing. So that was a mistake. But the fact you can use Surprising Return and then decide, do I want to use Renewed Vigor here? Is really good. It's really, really good. And that's the issue. If I don't have Renewed Vigor there, I'm not making that play. I'm just going to just deal with the trail and potentially try and sort of realize if Dracula's trying to be tricksy. I'll try and block a little bit. Mina's not moving anywhere from Munich for a long time because I've got to keep that space blocked. Because if Dracula can get into Munich for free and then get out of Munich for free, it'd be really tough. Because if I take too long to realize Dracula's done that and gone east, I've lost so many games, you know, from that happening. So yeah, we saw that too when Fangs played R to Win in the community show match that I did a few. I can't remember when was that? January, I think it was. Same kind of thing where if you're not careful, if you get pincered, you can lose very fast because a lot of hunters have there's really good connectivity from the hunter side and they can get on you. But if you're not discovered, you can just create this meandering trail that just becomes very difficult for the hunters to track. Jonathan Harker really helps with that, but obviously there's a delay to him. So as the game goes on, his relative usefulness is just always usefulness is just going to decrease over time because you in the later game you need more urgency. You need to find Dracula much sooner than Harker can tell you. At the beginning it's nice because like I can just wander around and supply more and he'll just tell me where Dracula's gone all the time and I don't have to deduce those things. So yeah. So it's the only time you'll probably see me pass a day action. But it had a Renewed Vigor, and it made sense. Yeah, 3v1 with Aggie, and the fact I had Lucifer's Revenge and Planned Ambush as a backup, and my hunters were well equipped. You know, that's enough. I had to be a little bit careful, but Lucifer's Revenge is just so good in that situation. Because you can easily see a situation where then I'm trying to kill him faster because I don't want him to get to the round 3 where he can escape his bat and I can't counter it. Or if I get the timing wrong, I have a hunter who has a pistol, not a rifle, and you can target him. Or as Dracula, if you realise you're in a really bad situation, you'll just gamble and escape as bat, and it could very well work out for you. Um, so, um, the fact that Lucy's there, which means I can basically block an escape, and then he has to try to escape again. And obviously, that's an additional round he's taken. It's not just blocking the escape; you're taking damage for an entire extra turn. It just makes life so much easier. In 2v1s, it could also help too, but the fact he was on 14 health, if he was a little bit lower if the game had gone on, then yeah, then Lucy's Revenge suddenly becomes really useful in a 2v1. Because again, it does the same purpose. So you can just play, as Hunter, you can just play much slower. Like with Seward there, I could throw out a punch instead of throwing out the knife. I didn't, or dodging. At least then if he doesn't target Seward, well, Seward's doing a little bit of damage. It just makes it so much just calmer to do that. And that's when I realised, after a while, I was like, I don't care if Van Helsing dies, because I've reached the point where I can just do so much damage to him, he just can't retaliate against 2 hunters anymore. But then you got Aggie also helping, but didn't really need Aggie. It was more Lucy's Revenge doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. So, don't knock Lucy's Revenge. That's a message in particular for Pizza Wizard. Lucy's Revenge is a good card, and it really can really influence the fights. So it's really nice. I know a very specific hunter can have it, but that's why it was so important that Kadami gets into that fight, no matter what. Also makes it even worse the fact I didn't search Le Havre, because it did make it. And also then my horse economy could have also screwed me over too. We saw that in the 2v1 that I did the other night, or the other day rather, where we were trying to go for these plays, but then horse economy just wasn't cooperating, and then it makes the fight way more awkward than it has to be. If Kadami didn't get into that fight, and there's only Seward with planned ambush and Van Helsing, even though Aggie's there, I don't know if we're winning that. It's a lot more coin flippy then. You'd have to get that Heavenly Host of Van Helsing played at exactly the right moment. Block and escape as bat at exactly the right moment. And because Seward's only got one escape as bat item, he can only do it, he can do one round and then he can't do it the next. Jacker can gamble that he doesn't have another escape as bat card. But I needed the stake, so... but yeah, a bit of a strange one, because we had no interaction with the trail at all. Because we had the vampire mature, and then the only encounter I cleared was the hoax, right? There was nothing else. So yeah, very strange sort of game, but that can happen sometimes. But I did get some good stuff off the top of the deck, but there were also a lot of Dracula cards in there too. A Hoax Mature would have been devastating. I dread to think what was in that pile. Even a Vampiric Influence just to move Mina off that spot, and Dracula can sneak in, and then she moves back, fight, and then escape us back out or something. That would be pretty brutal for me. And then Emmanuel Hildesheim or Dark Returns or whatever, force the other vampire to mature. It's if somehow I get onto the space with the fog or whatever, a turn earlier or whatever, the high card. And then, even with Vampire Lair, you're suddenly up 9 influence, and very little of the game is actually, passed, if that makes sense. And you're really up against it then. So, tricky. Well, we've been 7 influence, I suppose, because the other vampire would have matured. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Oh, okay. I've just been rambling on. He forgot to rumour the first vamp. Oh, that's unfortunate. I just looked on Discord. Oh, Warecraft's messaging me too. Very kind. He must be watching the stream. Thank you, Warecraft. Right. So I'm going to skedaddle. I think I've rambled on long enough. Hopefully that was kind of coherent. So yeah, I don't know when the other games are this weekend. I've got a long weekend off, so if timing works out and I can stream one, I will try. But no guarantees. But good luck to my teammates. Hopefully all goes well, and we'll go into week 3 with a lead. We'll have to see though. We'll have to see. It's going to be very tough, and there's obviously 8 weeks in total, so a lot of things can happen, and also depends on how we strategize and all that stuff. So we'll do our very best. The only thing we can do is win our games and just take it from there. Try our very best and have fun, obviously. because that's what the game's about. So yeah, hopefully I haven't woken up my baby daughter with my celebrations. We'll have to go and see. Yeah, anyway, take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, links down below for the community if you've just stumbled across this video. I do have a Twitch as well, but I'm not really on it a lot these days. But still, the Twitch link's in the description. Please go and hit follow, and you get notified when I go live. When I go live, I'll be playing stuff like Wingspan, Board Game Arena, maybe a little bit of like Dwarf Romantic, or what else do I play? Rollercoaster Tycoon sometimes. But I'm kind of on hiatus at the moment because of my work schedule, and also because I've got, as I said, a baby daughter who is very needy, but also I want to spend lots of time with her. So we'll see what happens down the line in terms of streaming. There might be some impromptu ones, so we'll just give it a go when we can. And yeah, there's also links to all the people who record games from the community. And what else? Oh, there's a list to the playlist of all the games from this tournament. I think that's everything. Oh, there are links to the Discords too, so come and join the Discord and say hi and chat to all of us. And yeah, we need new players for future tournaments, people. So don't be shy, even if you're not experienced. It's all for fun. Feel free to come along and join us. And yeah, take care, everybody. See you in another Fury of Dracula game very soon. Bye for now.